Thanks for joining me for the special episode of Digest China. Over the past 11 days, my colleagues and I were covering China's 2 annual sessions, or lianghui, in Beijing. The 2 sessions included the National People's Congress, or the NPC, and the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, or the CPPCC. Thousands of representatives from all over the country gathered in Beijing for what are considered China's most important annual political events. The officials discussed bills and proposals, as well as various legislative and social issues. If you want to know more about how the 2 sessions function, we made a short animated video answering some of the most frequently asked questions. You can watch it by clicking our previous show, What are China's 2 sessions? We have interviewed dozens of NPC deputies and CPPCC members. We invite you to watch 8 interview segments we think best represent the topics discussed during the political events. One of the main items on this year's NPC agenda was a review of the draft amendment to China's criminal procedure law. The revisions to 110 articles in the current law, which was enacted in 1979 and last revised in 1996. 16 years have passed. What have been changed?
刑诉法的修改最重要的是惩治犯罪和保障人权并重。我觉得这2点呢是非常非常重要的。就比如说惩治犯罪吧，那么惩治犯罪它最重要的一个核心在于就是证据制度。我们有一个非常完整的证据制度，才能够保证，就是有罪的犯罪嫌疑人能够得到应有的惩罚，同时呢，无罪的也应该得到应有的保障，就罪与非罪之间，还有量刑之间。那么在这个过程当中呢，我觉得刑事诉讼法最大的一个亮点呢是鼓励呢，证人积极出庭作证，同时呢，如果是不出庭的话呢，也采取了一些相应的制裁措施。那么在这个基础上，加大了保障人权、尊重人权的力度。也就是说，即使是犯罪嫌疑人，那么他的权利如何得到程序上的保护，我觉得做了很大的规定。那么这是刑诉法呢，还有一点呢，就是死刑制度。死刑制度呢，实行了就严格的死刑的原则。当然，在这个制度上一直有2种观点，有的人希望废除死刑哈，但是我觉得在我们国家，绝对的废除死刑还是不太现实的，就是国情很大，也很复杂，人也很多哈。但是呢，就是尽量的谨慎，我觉得这个还是值得的。
It's been more than a year since the central and local governments in China imposed restrictive purchase policies in various cities. The purpose was to discourage overinvestment in the real estate market and bring down property prices. On March 5th, Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao said in his government work report that the government would continue to regulate the real estate market and complete 5 million units of low-income housing in 2012. What do all these policies mean?
中央调控有2句话，一是防止房地产风险，促进实业发展，就是使资金从房地产撤回来，回归实业，这是一个目标。第二个呢，叫做保障民生。保障民生呢，目前只是提的一个口号，建保障房。但是我从了解中央的政策来看呢，保障房到12.5末期，目标也只保障20%的人。但是实际上有住房需求又不能完全买到很好的房子的这个人群，不是20%的，应该是60-70%，那就意味着还有40-50%的人群不能通过保障房或者住房远住房梦，必须通过商品房市场来买房。那么这一部分人就是对中等收入这部分人的保障，如何惠及民生？我觉得应该恢复原来的优惠贷款利率。我觉得今年整体一个简单一句话形容吧，今年房价全国是稳中有降。
稳中有降。
首先从前2个月看，全国70个大中城市全部环比直涨。那么这70个城市占中国房地产市场的80%以上。全国虽然有这个2000多个县城，600多个城市，但是这70个城市基本上就是中国房地产的 绝大部分
主流。
所以这70个城市控制好，基本上全国房地产市场就稳定了。那么这70个城市前2个月已经环比之涨，那么再加上今年房地产调控不动摇，再加上货币呢只增长14%，还是适度从紧的这么一个态势，在这种情况下，再加上还有一个根本的就预期改变了，不管是这个开发商还是购房者，对房价再涨的预期改变了，这3重作用力综合起来，我认为全年房价肯定是稳中有降。
According to China's National Bureau of Statistics, about 150 million migrant workers left home to work in other provinces in 2011. Many had to leave their wives behind in the countryside. What challenges and difficulties do these women face in life?
据我们的了解呢，大概是4000多万这样的妇女在农村，守着土地，守着家庭，守着孩子和老人。比如说，他们生产农忙的时候，觉得没有人帮忙，会比较艰辛。然后他们呢，在分担家务的时候，没有人来帮着他们来承担，所以他们会比较劳累。他们在教育孩子的问题上呢，常常是一个人来面对，所以比较焦虑。在对待老人的赡养中呢，应该说他们的负担也是比较重的。当然，还有一个很重要的，就是你提到的问题是关于安全问题。我们了解到呢，就是农村妇女啊，她比如说家里边失盗，啊，牛被偷了，啊，一些重要的物件被偷了，还有一个呢，就是受到性骚扰的这样的问题也有。另外特别值得我们重视的一个问题，就是有一些留守的女童遭到了一些性侵犯，我觉得这是我们坚决的要进行遏制的。
Yunnan province in southwest China has been experiencing a severe drought for 3 consecutive years. According to Yunnan's Bureau of Civil Affairs, as of February 2012, more than 2.3 million people are having difficulty accessing drinking water, and more than 6.3 million people have been affected. Take its capital city Kunming as an example. How bad is the situation right now?
3年就降了2年的雨，到现在为止，我们全市的库塘蓄水呢，应该说是一半都不到，啊，就是从去年的秋季以来到现在，就是靠一半不到的水量，维持着我们城乡居民的生产和生活，所以这个水呢是用一滴少一滴啊。到现在为止呢，我们主要城乡的饮用水源的水利设施啊，它的需水量呢，如果我们精打细算，大家节约水资源的话，勉强的能够使用到这个5月中下旬，也就是雨季到来的时候。如果我们浪费水不节约用水呢，估计到5月中下旬都坚持不到，很可能就会出现严重的水荒。
At its annual Central Economic Work Conference in December 2011, the Chinese government vowed to improve the business environment for China's small to medium-sized entrepreneurs. The conference usually sets the tone for China's economic development next year. Many NPC deputies and CPPCC members brought up this issue again during this year's 2 sessions. What exactly are the difficulties China's small to medium-sized companies have to face? What can the government do to make their business environment better?
这个中小企业因为在我们国家经济发展当中啊，它起了非常重要的作用。它对 GDP 的贡献是50%，但是它最大的贡献是在就业，它有90%多的那个就业的这个贡献率。但是最近几年呢，就是说中小企业的发展呢，也确实碰到了很多困难。比如说中小企业，现在很大的问题，比如说贷款难的问题。主要我觉得还是就是不同所有制的那个地位的能不能平等的问题。那么因为现在银行贷款给中小企业同贷款给国有企业，它是2个不同的风险。 贷款给国有企业它仅仅是业务风险，但是贷款给中小企业、民营企业，它除了业务风险还有道德风险。所以在这样的情况下，银行当然它对于中小企业的贷款，它会有很大的顾虑。就第二呢，我觉得就是说中小企业现在就是为什么生存比较困难，就是现在各地的政府都是直接参与微观经济活动比较多，所以政府现在是微观经济领域当中的主体。那么作为一个主体，它天然就有一种追求先进、追求扩张的那样一种这个内在的这个冲动。所以，如果政府作为第一这个经济体的话，它肯定是去追求大企业。第三原因就是我们现在追求的经济目标现在也有一些需要修正的地方。那所谓经济目标，现在就是各地政府实际上是追求 GDP 和税收。如果我们把追求就业作为政府的第一目标的话，那中小企业的就业贡献是最大的，但它的税收贡献很小。所以政府的选择，如果在这样的经济目标下，它肯定选择大企业。所以这些深层次的问题如果不解决，中小企业的生存的困境，它就很难得到根本的改善。
The 11th National People's Congress announced in October 2011 that it would consider introducing legislation on domestic violence. Lawmakers are currently researching and investigating that possibility. In 2009, the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region passed its Domestic and Cohabitation Relationship Violence Ordinance. What were some of the controversies Hong Kong lawmakers debated? What legislative experiences can the Chinese mainland share?
在这个咨询的过程当中，有两个很大的争议，就是婚姻的定义在哪里呢？如果家庭婚姻是可以以这个异性为主的，还是同性也行的吗？这个是一个很大争议。另外一个争议就是有关这个保障的范围，父母、老人家也是否包在里面呢？儿童也应该包在里面吧？这也是很大的争议。我觉得是在传统的中国人里面，一般是家丑不出晚。你要冲破这个传统的概念呢，是很重要的步。我认为，任何家里总有事发生，这个问题就是如何解决，但家里不能处理的问题，起码我立个法，去影响任何准备或者有些事故的人士一个警戒，让他们不能乱来。
According to media reports, several Chinese provinces recently announced plans to implement a policy asking people who take an HIV test to provide their names. Such proposals invite immediate debate. What are the pros and cons of real-name HIV testing?
You know, AIDS is a stigmatized disease. So in the society, there's still a lot of discrimination against AIDS. So you could imagine real name testing will cause a lot of concern. Actually, anything have two sides. For anonymous testing, and it provides a better guarantee for the infected people and not be identified, not be discriminated on. But the health agencies do not know them, and the government do not know the real epidemic figure. And in the current AIDS control and prevention, you always combine prevention with treatment and care. So without knowing the people's identity, it is difficult to provide the care, counseling, and treatment for them, because the treatment is a lifelong. So you have to know the people where they are and sending them drugs regularly. And so that's it's a double-edged sword. But the policy currently in China implemented is screening test is still anonymous. So you don't need to tell your name to do HIV testing. It's only at the second stage to confirm the diagnosis, providing you a diagnostic paper document, and then link you with the care and treatment. At that stage, we encourage patients to be identified.
On March 11th, the president of the Supreme People's Court, Wang Shengjun, gave his annual work report to NPC deputies and CPPCC members. He said courts around China brought 278 food safety cases to trial and convicted 320 suspects in 2011. In the Digest China poll we posted along our last show, our viewers ranked food safety as the most concerning issue. What can the government do to make our food safer?
因为其实我们现在从这个检测能力和力度来说，跟国外比并不差。因为我们现在很多需要检测项目基本上也都检测了。另外，我们抽测的频率，就说一个样品量也不算少，所以我们的监管人员比别人还多。所以呢，我觉得这食品安全出现的问题呢，可能还是属于在于惩罚力度。可能需要提高，再就是需要建立一个社会的信用体系。现在其实我们的食品还是存在多头管理，就我们就说一个农产品，台湾就是农业部门来检测，是吧？那我们现在还有一些水产品，还有一些渔业部门，现在我们叫渔业局系统也有个检测的一个部门，可能这里也有一些存在一个就是责任不是很明确的问题。所以呢，我们也是在呼吁呢，就是不是可以整理一些就是整合一些这个监管部门，包括检测部门，这样子的话呢，可能会更有效的提高这食品的监管力度。
That's your special episode of Digest China. Thanks for watching.